Hello, I am Pritam Sen. I have secured All India Rank 5 in Indian Statistical Service Examination 2020. I was born and brought up in Kolkata, West Bengal. I did my graduation from Ashutosh College under University of Calcutta. I did my post-graduation under University of Kalyani. After that, I joined IMRB International. I worked there for a period of 3 months, and then I joined Women's Christian College, and I teach statistics in Women's Christian College till now. Now, since I was preparing for the examination alongside my job, one question that often comes to me is that how can you manage time for both of them? Well, I will say it's not impossible, because first you have to keep your goal fixed. To me, clearing the ISS was the first objective, and teaching was just my fallback option, because in case you don't qualify for the ISS, you have to have your plan B. So teaching for me was my plan B. So what you have to do is, after the hectic schedule or after your work, you have to find at least 4 to 5 hours each day and focus entirely on your preparation during that time, because once you keep your aim fixed, you will find the correct motivation and dedication for your preparation as well. The examination, as most of you know, is conducted for 3 consecutive days. On day 1, we have General English and General Studies. They are descriptive in nature. On day 2, we have Statistics 1 and Statistics 2 that are MCQs in nature, and on day 3, we have Statistics 3 and Statistics 4. They are also descriptive in nature. The 4 statistics papers are of 200 marks each, and the GS and English papers are of 100 marks each. So in total, you have to give the examination out of 1000 marks. So coming to the day 1 examination, that is the General English and General Studies, people tend to neglect these 2 papers, but I would suggest a good marks in these 2 papers will add up as a bonus. So you just find 1 or 1.5 hours per day between your studies and give it to the GS and English segments, because otherwise what you can face is that when you approach the examination, when the time is nearing the exam, these 2 papers will act as a burden. So if you follow them regularly, if you study them regularly, you will not be burdened up. So give regular time to these 2 papers. And what I did is, since my medium of study throughout was English, I did some internet searching for the proverb essays only, and I just followed the previous year's question papers, and by searching the year's question papers, I got an idea about the essay topics that are being asked. There are 4 to 5 topics every year, and you have to choose any one of them. So if you go through the previous year's question papers, you will get a clear idea about what sectors they are focusing on. And you can follow proverb essays from any other websites, from any websites or books as well. So there is a segment called sentence correction that you can find on any YouTube channels, and there are also some make sentences with unknown words or phrasal verbs. For that, you can refer to any YouTube channels or any civil service books for English. Now coming to the General Studies. Well, General Studies segment consists of 4 sectors like history, geography, polity and current affairs or economy. Now what happens is that in General Studies, we often tend to neglect one topic and study other 3, or neglect 2 topics or study the rest 2. But I would suggest you to have a brief idea about every topic that are being asked, and just in the examination write in your own words. I have followed the McGraw-Hill edition of the latest version of Civil Service Prelims book that will cover up topics from history, geography, economy and polity, and also the current government schemes. And for the current affairs, you can go through the daily newspapers, or you can have any mobile version of the newspapers like the Hindu, NDTV or Times of India, and you can go through them regularly. Now coming to the day 2 examination, Statistics 1 and Statistics 2, they are of MCQs type. The MCQs paper are very important from the point of view that at the end of the day, if you go through them very seriously, then you can find out that these 2 papers are the distinguishable ones, because good marks in paper 1 and paper 2, basically at the end of the day, it makes the difference between successful and unsuccessful candidates. So practice as many MCQs as you can. You can practice MCQs from previous year's ISS question papers, from the previous year's NET, GATE question papers as well. And one more thing you can do, there is a book called Programmed Statistics by B.L. Agarwal. It consists of MCQs from all chapters of statistics. So you can practice MCQs from that book as well. Now coming to paper 1 individually, paper 1 is a bit lengthy from the perspective that it contains segments like numerical analysis and statistics and probability. and there is also a segment of computer in paper 1, and there is also a segment of computer. So if you study if you go through paper 1 thoroughly, you will see that computer segment is the most easy to answer, because it has some alternatives that you can just check on and just answer without even evaluating. So it is the most scoring one. You can answer 10 to 12 questions within a span of 5 to 7 minutes. And all other segments in paper 1, you have to evaluate them. So you need thorough practice to score good marks in paper 1. Now coming to paper 2, paper 2 contains segments like inference, a linear model, and official statistics. Paper 2 is a more conceptual one, because we have to have a good subject knowledge to answer paper 2, and paper 2 is the most scoring of them all, because in paper 2 what happens is that if you have a good subject knowledge, you can just look at some answers and just answer them without even evaluating. So that is the benefit of paper 2. Paper 2 consists of a segment official statistics. Well, the only source to read this segment is from the MOSPI website, but if you don't have enough time to go through the entire website, the least thing you can do is you just check on the previous year's question papers and try to analyze and study them conceptually, because then you will have an idea about the official statistics segment. Moreover, what you can do is you can just go through the website and learn some basic things like the divisions of MOSPI, the sustainable development goals, the national sample survey rounds, and then you will have an idea about the Indian official statistics system. Now coming to the paper 3 segment, paper 3 is the most difficult one from the perspective that the syllabus of paper 3 is quite large and the level of question is increasing year by year. So in paper 3 what people generally do is they don't learn everything from the syllabus, but I will suggest everybody to learn everything from paper 3, because otherwise you will not be able to score good marks. And coming to paper 4 you will have the option of choosing two topics from 7 topics. The topics I have chosen is SQC and demography, and one should choose topics according to his or her strengths or according to his or her preferences and by looking at the syllabus. Now coming to the books that I have followed, well, basically the most important asset that I had was my BSc and MSc notes. I am thankful to my college, university and tuition teachers for providing me with excellent notes that helped me throughout my studies. Apart from the notes, the two most important books that you should have in your library is Fundamentals of Mathematical Statistics by Gupta Kapur and Fundamentals of Applied Statistics by Gupta Kapur. In the mathematical statistics part, you will have the topics like probability and statistics, inference, numerical analysis covered. In the applied statistics segment, you will have time series, index number, demand and also SQC and demography covered. Apart from these two books, you can follow Fundamentals of Statistics by volume 2 by Gun Gupta Das Gupta for demography, and you can also follow Rohatgi Saleh for inference as well. For computer, you have to follow the Fundamentals of Computer by E. Balaguruswamy. If you can find enough time, you can follow P.K. Sinha's book as well. For econometrics, you have to follow Damodar Gujrati. So thank you DKT for conducting my interview and giving me the chance to explain my strategies to the students. Thank you.